Hi everyone, Miss Moore here. This video is actually going to serve as a purpose to talk to you about how you should be creating your visual presentation. There are a lot of suggested things that I would like to go over with you. So this is part 3 of your visual presentation. You're going to create it. So you will create it on a Google Doc. I have just a quick example here. And as you know, I'm just doing my practice argument on vaccination. It's an argument to instill the necessity of vaccinations. So before you even want to start recording, you want to create your presentation. Don't worry about making it beautiful and pretty and all that until after you have all of the information down. If you spend time looking for the perfect color, then you're going to be wasting a lot of time actually putting the content. So I did put my title slide. I put my hook here, and at the bottom here, I have some speaker notes that I'm putting that I want to make sure that I say. I don't necessarily think I need to put my name in on here. You can if you'd like, but it's a speech, so I don't want to just read off slides. I want to be able to also give you some commentary and explain things in my speech that might not be directly typed on the presentation. And also here, so this is basically my first reason for my claim, for my outline. So if you go back to the teacher example of the outline, which I believe is right here. Sorry, my works cited page still up. You'll see that I have the quick introduction and then my first body paragraph. But this is going to serve as a guideline, not just reading off of this example. And I'll give you an example of what that should sound like in a moment. So right now I'm using Loom. I really like Loom. If all of my lessons you can see that I've been doing videos for have been done with Loom. Right now you can, I don't know if you can see my picture here of my screen, but you can change that. You can make it bigger, smaller. You can get rid of it altogether. It's up to you. Or you can actually have your face, and I know it's kind of hard to see. Maybe I can click on it. You can actually have your actual face. Make yourself look beautiful. Put your makeup on, guys. And you can show yourself speaking. And this is also for the other applications that we'll be using today, or that I'll be showing you today. And so you can see that I'm already kind of talking in that bubble there. Loom is very user-friendly. You do have to download it on your computer as a software. And as you kind of mess with it and play with it, there's even the how-to videos that are really helpful. So you definitely play around with that. You can edit your video very easily. I think sometimes with the trim, for me, it takes a little bit of time just to get it exactly where I want it. But what I have learned is that if I pause my video and then collect my thoughts for the next thing I want to say, it makes it go a lot smoother and I have to edit less. So that's just a suggestion there. So that's Loom, but I have also discovered Prezi Video. Prezi presentations, when we did certain notes in class, like when we did our plot diagram notes, when we did the connotation and denotation lesson on our first date, remember that one? That one's a fun one. I used a Prezi presentation, and Prezi presentations are really fun, but they have a new Prezi Video, and it's kind of cool actually. Prezi Video is actually pretty cool, and I did like a quick little draft just to show you here so I can edit it. But it lets you either you can just show your face, you can show the screen, you could show both. It really is pretty user friendly, and it does take a while to open up. Show you what it will look like when you're on Prezi Video. You can switch from these 3 different views. I could have just the picture that I want. It could be me speaking and going through the picture that I want. I can add text. I could say maybe this is my vaccinations help stop the spread of diseases. And I mean, I could add more if I wanted to, but the whole purpose, again, it's because it's a speech. So I want to be able to explain verbally why my claim and my reasons and my controversial topic. I want to explain verbally that you should be basically on my side about this. My tone of voice, the things that I'm saying, formally speaking, and please make sure to review Formal Style Activity 3.6 Springboard to help you with that. This next image, I know you can add any image, you can search images. If I search vaccination, it's just a lot of shots. So, but you can, again, upload an image that you have. You just have to make sure it's already saved to your computer. And then, of course, if you don't want it, you can remove the image. And as you're adding your content, you add all of your content, you add all of your frames. And then the next is to practice and record. I can't move to the next one since I am using Loom right now. But once everything's practiced and recorded, again, you can pause it, you can stop it, you can edit it. But you want these slides to be finished first. So if you do this, you don't have to do a Google document, or you don't have to do a Google Slides. You can just use this, and this would serve your purpose as your visual presentation. All right. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next example, which is Screencastify. Screencastify is, you add it to your Chrome. It is completely free. And it's similar to Loom, but instead you can just, and here's my example right now, you can just use your voice. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. You can just record and complete your slides, and you can even edit, trim it, just like just like both of Loom and Prezi Video will let you do. And what's also great is that those of you that have like YouTube channels, you can publish it right to YouTube. That's where I publish my Loom videos. I publish those to YouTube. And then you can even share it to your Google Classroom. And even downloading it, whatever is easiest to get an embed code, whatever is easiest for you. You can get a shareable link, and that link could be copy and pasted right into your Google Classroom assignment, and I will receive your presentation. So yeah, you can use all of these different types of softwares in order to present your controversial topic. This audio recording's added to slides presentation. I will say that that's a little bit more advanced for me. You'd have to record your voice, and then you'd have to upload your voice, and then you'd have to go to your slides, and you'd go to insert, and you'd insert audio. The only thing is, like, I don't have any documents with audio. Even on my computer, I'd have to save it and then get on my Google Drive. It's just too much. Honestly, the other softwares would be a lot more easier. But if you want to go that route, you can. So the last part of what I'm going to share with you is how I'm going to present my argument. So again, you can edit, like if I like right now, like I don't want all this to be showing. I want to just show you my presentation. So I'm going to start the presentation. And then when I go back and edit, I'm going to cut that part out. Like I cut out the first initial part where I needed to present my slides. So this is how I would like you to sound when you are giving a speech. It's not just reading off the paper. It's not vaccinate now, an argument to instill the necessity of vaccinations. Okay. You want it to be interesting. You want it to be engaging. You're trying to convince someone to come to your side. I want you to think about something that you really, really want, and maybe how you would convince your parents in a proper way to come to your side or to agree with you so you can get whatever you want. Maybe you want to stay up late, right? Maybe you want ice cream after dinner, whatever the case may be. Think about that and apply it to your argument. Okay? All right, so vaccinate now. An argument to instill the necessity of vaccinations. Did you know that diseases that said to be under control can suddenly return if people are not properly vaccinated? Vaccinations not only protect you, they also protect the people you interact with on a daily basis. My name is Persephone Moore, and I am for the necessity of people getting vaccinated, especially children. My first reason is that vaccinations to stop the spread of many diseases. My supporting details say that if one person is not vaccinated, they can pass it to others. The more people that are not vaccinated, the more they pass on diseases, even if they're not showing symptoms of that specific disease. And as a result, more children could get sick and die if people are not vaccinated. Dying children should be reason enough. We want to make sure that our youth is healthy and live long lasting lives. And because of the claims that vaccinations cause specific childhood mental disabilities, for example, autism, shouldn't, and it's not even research based. It's just people who claim to believe that vaccinations cause autism, which is almost false in a lot of research. And not only that, more people who are vaccinated prevent the spread of diseases. We want to prevent the spread of diseases. We want to be sure that no one gets measles, no one gets whooping cough or polio. These are diseases that were gone, and not a lot of people were getting them. Barely anyone was getting sick from measles or whooping cough or polio. But now that a lot of parents are deciding not to vaccinate their children, these diseases have come back in huge amounts. Diseases that have been prevented due to people getting vaccinated. Two examples I have are measles and whooping cough. And so I would go into more details and talk about the measles and some statistics on measles, whooping cough. I would actually also, my next slide would have been to add some type of graphic representation, so a bar graph or a pie chart, to show maybe how measles were back in the day, and then maybe the cases that had went away. So just to give a visual representation to share with my audience, to continue to prove my point. So I'm going to exit out of that. But that's just a quick little example of how you should sound when you are completing your assignment. All right. I really do hope that this video helped you. I want to make sure that you are on your A game and that you do your best, very best work. All right. Good luck. Pop on to any office hours if you need me. Take care, guys. Bye.